Behind an elegant writing desk sits Napoleon Bonaparte. The white walls of his office are pristine and decorated with colourful portraits. His windows are draped in marvellous red velvet to match his splendid red suit. Upon his desk sits 5 things: his hat, a letter he has read countless times, and 3 large bags of gold. After finishing reading the letter one last time, he calls out, "Gerard, I am ready, send them in." A nervous officer opens the door and puts his head into the office. I regret to say that the Phantom has not yet arrived, First Consul." "He will come," Napoleon replies with a sly smirk. "Have the other 2 been introduced?" "No, First Consul. We have kept them separate as you requested." "Good. Show them in." "Yes, First Consul." A moment later, Cyrano de Bergerac and Quasimodo are summoned from their separate waiting areas and shown to the office. The leader of France stands as they enter. "Welcome, friends, welcome." Napoleon greets them as he raises his open arms. "Thank you for attending this conference. Introductions are in order." "Indeed, First Consul," Cyrano replies with a beaming grin. With an elegant bow, he says, "Hercule Savanien de Cyrano de Bergerac. And you are the man who saved France from itself, or so I heard while I was rotting in prison. I suppose I should thank you for having me free." Napoleon frowns in polite sympathy. "It is indeed a shame that so many good members of the old nobility, such as yourself, were punished along with the ones who did evil." Cyrano narrows his gaze. "There is at least one more good-hearted nobleman deserving freedom, I assure you. Someone you have no power to set free. Someone very dear to me." Napoleon smiles and gestures towards the other man in the room. Yes, but first let us both make acquaintance with a very special man. May I present to you Quasimodo, the hunchback of Notre Dame," Cyrano finishes, raising his chin. "I remember the day he was crowned King of Fools at the festival. I was challenged by the man that day who suggested I was more worthy of the crown. Ironically, he died a greater fool than anyone." Napoleon offers his hand to the hunchback. "Pleased to meet you, sir. I hope the services I provided to your lady were adequate." The hunchback let out a heavy sigh. "It was beautiful. So many flowers, candles. It was a funeral fit for a queen." "Thank you, oh thank you." Napoleon places a brotherly hand on Quasimodo's shoulder. "I pray that you now make peace with your loss and continue living to realize your potential." "What potential?" asks a mystery voice. The 3 others are startled by the masked man's sudden appearance. Quasimodo by the sight, the rest by the sound. There was no sign of how the Phantom got into the room. "What potential, First Consul Bonaparte, do you suggest this imbecile has? He lacks bearing, style, intellect. On what worse, he is more hideous than I am. Ha! Potential." Napoleon raises his chin and scoffs in return, as he casually returns to the seat behind his desk. "He has the same potential as you, Monsieur Eric. The 3 of you, in fact, are much the same. That is why I've assembled you here." Cyrano steps forward, pointing with an accusatory finger at the Phantom. "What have I in common with this mask-wearing murderous sneakabout? I remember his infamous exploits, killing a man during a live performance." The Phantom laughs. "As I recall, Master Cyrano, you have done the same. If you are referring to the night I frightened that deplorable actor from the stage, I say, in my defence, it was a fair duel, and I personally refunded the audience their admission fees." The Phantom laughs. "I see no difference. Both audiences were treated to an unexpected spectacle. I guess we are much the same, at least you and I." Cyrano scoffs. "Ha! You may be the best operatic composer Paris has ever known, Ghost. I admit that your songs have moved me to tears, but my panache and blade can shed more than mere tears from you." "But you have no sword, Monsieur de Bergerac," Napoleon interrupts. "I see that my messenger has outfitted you in new clothes and boots, but no sword. I do beg your pardon." Cyrano places his hand on his waist and declares, "Your man said that I could have the sword of my choosing, First Consul, and I have held off my choice until now. I choose your sword, Napoleon Bonaparte."